It's time for the 6 at 6 on 95.7 KCMO Talk Radio. Number 1.
We just got done with the Royals off-field news, so let's start on the field where the Royals lost to the Nationals yesterday afternoon, 8-7. Couldn't complete the 3-game sweep. And the Nationals put a 5 spot up on the board in the first inning. Royals clawed their way back, but Washington scored a run in the top of the 9th and held on for the 8-7 win. So the Royals right now find themselves 9.5 games back in the Central. They're 1 game under 500, and they're still 4 games back of the wild card. They could have made up ground yesterday had they won that game. Mark is shaking his head. He's disgusted in there, aren't you?
I mean, that first inning was terrible, but the last inning they came all the way back, and then just to give it up again, it's like, come on, guys.
Did you have a big bet on the game yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. All right. Well, they got a day off here, and then they kick off a 3-game series this weekend against the Chicago White Sox at the K. So once again, got to beat these bad teams. Got to take at least 2 or 3 this weekend to call it a successful weekend.
Number 2.
Next up, let's go to an event last night that was taking place in Kansas City. Missouri state lawmakers gathered last night for the 3rd of 5 hearings on property tax reform, discussing a wide range of ideas to address what many call a growing crisis for homeowners. So the backdrop of all this, of course, is the recall of Frank White, the county executive. That's going to be happening on September 30th. But yesterday, our good friend and guest on the show, Jackson County legislator Sean Smith, presented the panel with a proposal to base property taxes on the purchase price of a property, along with other reforms to protect taxpayers. So this happened yesterday, and apparently, according to people I know who were there, you're not going to believe who showed up. You'll never guess. Rex Archer.
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed.
I know.
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Boy, I love Thanksgiving.
The former KCMO health director who tried to ruin this town during COVID, who, thank goodness, is retired, but still in the Kansas City area, apparently was there yesterday, go figure, at this event down at Union Station. So had a lot of people, John Patterson, Speaker of the House, other folks who were down there trying to develop a plan so that Missouri homeowners are not getting taxed out of their homes, which is obviously a noble cause, but boy, they are just dragging their feet on getting something done.
Number 3.
In our 6 at 6, let's go up to Leavenworth, where a company claims the city of Leavenworth violated its constitutional right to open a facility to hold people arrested by ICE. So the argument can be found in a federal lawsuit filed by CoreCivic back on August 8th. The company argues in the suit that the mayor and city commissioners passed a resolution in March to prevent it from operating a federal detention center to hold ICE detainees. City commission members passed the resolution after CoreCivic reached an agreement with the U.S. government to operate the Midwest Regional Reception Center. CoreCivic is arguing the resolution is illegal because it has already operated that facility for more than a decade without a special use permit. CoreCivic also said Congress approved the enforcement of federal immigration laws, and the company argues that CoreCivic's contract with ICE to house detainees in Leavenworth is part of that agreement. According to the lawsuit, Leavenworth's move to block the facility violates the Constitution. The Leavenworth city manager said the city is aware of the lawsuit and is currently reviewing it. So that is worth watching up there in Leavenworth.
Number 4.
Let's go to the big Trump-Putin meeting scheduled for tomorrow up in Alaska. Yesterday, there was a Zoom call between President Trump and European leaders. And European leaders, according to the BBC, appear cautiously optimistic after holding a virtual meeting with President Trump yesterday. Trump reportedly told the Europeans that his goal for the summit was to obtain a ceasefire between Moscow and Kiev. He also agreed that any territorial issues had to be decided with Volodymyr Zelensky's involvement and that security guarantees had to be a part of the deal. So the fact that the European leaders are on board with what President Trump is doing in this meeting with Putin, definitely a good thing. I mean, he's not going to get an ounce of credit by a lot of people if he pulls off a ceasefire and figures out an off-ramp for everybody on this deal. But the European leaders are cautiously optimistic, and you know that they really don't want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. But the fact that they are, the fact that they're willing to, well, I think that's a good sign of what's to come tomorrow between Putin and Trump in Alaska.
Number 5.
Next up, multiple deputies were shot in an incident near the Virginia-North Carolina border. This happened in rural Pittsburgh County, Virginia. The shooting was confirmed by many in the Virginia legislature, including Congressman John McGuire, who posted about this last night at about 8:30. So we don't know a lot at this point, but a standoff ensued before the suspect eventually gave up, came out of the house on his own. The suspect was taken into custody and is awaiting charges after the officers were met with gunfire when they approached the home and called for backup. 2 deputies were hit, another taken into an ambulance out of precaution, but has since been released. And this is a story that was getting national attention last night. And right now, obviously, we will be praying for the law enforcement folks down there in Southern Virginia.
Number 6.
And last in our 6 at 6, what a Florida man story this is. A guy who bought a $2 ticket from a gas station, a lottery ticket from a gas station in Georgetown, Kentucky, won $167 million. It is the largest jackpot prize ever rewarded in the state of Kentucky. Now, the Florida part of this is this individual, James Farthing, was arrested for kicking a deputy in the face down in Florida. So I guess he's not technically a Florida man, but a Powerball winner ending up down in Florida and getting arrested for kicking a deputy in the face at a resort is the most Florida story you're going to find. So Florida man, Florida transplant man, I guess you'll call him, strikes again.